Good afternoon. This is Keith Brown in Moultrie, Georgia with Commodity Consulting with some commentary for Friday. It's about 2:40 Eastern Time. Grain markets all up today, while cash cotton markets all down today. Spot December cash went out about 60 points lower, around 60.90. And the rest of the market looking about 70.80 lower. I think just profit taken on at the end of the week. We had some pretty good news out this week. Early on, the Chinese purchasing manufacturers index came out a little better than expected. It showed a little positive sentiment. We also had a pretty decent export number out on Thursday. Last week, of course, was a marketing year high of 300,000 plus bales. This week was not as dramatic, but we did about 175,000 or so. China did buy about 40,000 of those bales, so not too shabby. And we technically tried to turn up a little bit, but here on Friday we did catch some selling and close down. I still think we're in the throes of harvest and certainly not a bull market, but seasonally the market should be bottoming here and try to, as we march through the calendar, try to ease up a little bit. Over in the grains today, we saw a strong recovery, despite the fact the U.S. dollar was up today. Of course, the dollar up on the strong jobs data, but nonetheless, we did have great exports this week for beans and corn. So they responded in kind today. Beans, interestingly, had this technical pattern, a bearish technical pattern that many advisors saw simultaneously, wrote about it, talked about it, and I think today was part of people who had sold those beans based on that spread around that pattern getting hammered today. So we had January beans 1036 up a quarter today, 25 cents. So beans are being pretty strong for that reason, but the fact there's very strong demand for beans. Corn today also looked very strong. December corn spot cash corn going out around 378 has not taken out its earlier November high, but nonetheless still a pretty impressive close today considering what corn could be doing. And wheat today regained some of its upside. You know, there's been talk of the Russian wheat getting in trouble, but nonetheless, despite the fact that may be backing down a little bit, it may not be over with yet. So still could see wheat come up. So next week brings about the big supply demand report, which will certainly be an attitude adjuster and a price adjuster for the markets. If you have any questions or comments, of course, give us a call, 1-800-910-1910. Thanks for listening.